The EU has been labelled an anti-democratic organisation to its core by a German MEP, who revealed 3 reasons why Berlin must leave the bloc, such as his hatred for the bloc under Ursula von der Leyen. MEP Gunnar Beck warned Germany needs Dexit as the EU is finished financially following the coronavirus pandemic, with Germany being the powerhouse of the bloc. Mr. Beck warned the state can no longer be part of the crumbling EU project. While the EU has insisted member states remain unified in prolonging the project's future, Mr. Beck claimed leaving the bloc is now a necessity for Germany. In a scathing attack, he warned the undemocratic nature of the bloc, the instability of the euro and the threat of rising inflation are all reasons for why Germany must leave. Mr. Beck said, "We consider Germany's exit from the European Union and the founding of a new European Economic and Interest Group to be necessary. There are many arguments in favor of Germany leaving the EU. The EU is anti-democratic at its core. Many other international organizations are too, but no other organization enjoys such excessive power as the EU does. The euro is a currency that has had to be saved every year since 2010 with more than 100 billion. These costs are already tangible for savers because they do not get any profits anymore and are thereby insidiously dispossessed. The taxpayers will get to experience all this still." In support of his argument for leaving the bloc, the MEP stated the euro has been bailed out every year since 2010 and also warned inflation will rise dramatically in the bloc. If inflation rises, the gap between the rich northern states and poor southern countries will become even greater, and therefore, cause splits within the EU, he claimed. He added, "The EU is finished financially. It destroys our social state by overwhelming it and by de-Europeanizing Europe. This is exactly why the Dexit or Jexit resolution of the AfD is correct and the profession for further close cooperation with those of our neighbors who are still of sound mind is just as important. We have to emphasize that Europe only has a future if we save Europe from the EU. Anti-EU feeling has risen over the last few months due to the bloc's failed vaccine program and clashes with the UK over Brexit. States such as Hungary and the Czech Republic have been forced to use the Chinese and Russian vaccines due to the poor rollout. Neither the Sputnik V nor Sinopharm vaccines have been approved by the European Medicines Agency, but due to the high case levels in both countries, they were forced to use the shots. The UK has been praised for its own vaccine rollout, with some concluding Brexit aided Britain in being able to avoid the chaos which has struck the continent. Indeed, speaking to Daily Express, Swedish MEP Charlie Weimer said public opinion is now changing over the future of the European project. Commenting on his own state, he claimed Sweden has not lost a powerful ally in the EU following the UK's departure, with France gaining even more power. He claimed Brexit may soon pave the way for further departures. He said, "I think this will pave the way for a reaction and we have already seen it to a certain extent. That this change in public opinion on EU membership is now going in the opposite direction to most of the other member states. Yeah, I mean, we're not talking about an earthquake, but it's the trajectory that is interesting here and it's going against the trend. And I think it's because more and more Swedes realize that the design of the EU is not in the interest of Swedish taxes. So when the chicken comes home to roost, that's when the real reaction will come. Maybe we're talking about a few years ahead, but it will come eventually."